What's up, guys? Brian Grant here of ContestChampion.com, and I've been getting asked a lot lately about my masteries. What masteries am I using for questing versus arena versus alliance quest and alliance war? Am I using just one kind of all-around mastery setup for all of these areas, or am I switching it up between, different areas of the game? And I'm going to get into all that stuff in the next week of videos, basically. We have approximately 1 week left of free mastery resets, so there's going to be a lot of mastery content coming to the channel. But I have to start things out with a little bit of testing. There's still some testing that I have to do, and this one is going to be relatively easy to test. I'm going to bring you guys along for the ride in this case. We're going to be testing block proficiency. I believe that this is a good mastery, but I can't in good conscience recommend any masteries for you guys without actually doing the testing. So we're going to figure out what these values actually mean. What is 200 block proficiency? We still don't know. Kabam said they're working on systems that will actually let us know what some of these values mean. But in the meantime, I can't wait. I can't wait that long, guys. We only have about a week left for the mastery resets being free. So we're going to run a test on block proficiency. It's pretty simple here. I reset most of my masteries. I have 0 in offense. I have only 2 points in defense, enough to get block proficiency. And then utility, I didn't really touch my utility tree. This is what I normally run for utility. The only thing that's going to affect the testing is parry, which I have 3 out of 3. So kind of just keep that in mind for the testing. But I like to reduce the parry damage as much as possible, and we kind of already know what parry means just by looking at it here, so we don't really need to test this one. The numbers are right there. This is something that's not affected by diminishing returns, versus block proficiency, which is affected by diminishing returns. So I have a little spreadsheet set up here for us, and we're just going to test 3 champions. I'm going to test against Realm of Legends Winter Soldier. We're going to test with X23 since she has a class advantage. We're going to test with Superior Iron Man, who is neutral, and Captain America, who is class disadvantage, but he also has a very high block proficiency, just kind of baked into his normal toolkit there. So let's go ahead and jump back into the game. Oh, and we're gonna do this having block proficiency, and of course not having block proficiency for the light attacks, medium attacks, a medium attack parry where he's dashing at us, and then the gunshots from his level 1. Alright, so let's go ahead and jump back in game. I'm going to do the first test without having block proficiency. So let's go ahead and face off against Winter Soldier here. This is basically the target dummy, the testing dummy of Marvel Contest of Champions as far as I'm concerned. I do have, a lot of synergies here on my team, but they're all crit-based synergies. None of them are have anything to do with block or armor gain or anything like that. No defensives there. They're just offensive mastery or synergies. So let's go ahead and start with X23. And again, I do not have block proficiency right now. We just want to test a few different numbers. All right, so I believe that was his medium parry. Let me try to get him to come in at me again. All right, actually, I'm getting backed into a corner now. Alright, testing is not going so smoothly for us. Alright, let's get some of the other numbers going here. Alright, the gunshots. Okay, 128 for the gunshots. So we can actually, I'm going to do this real time with you guys. Somebody on the live stream said they wanted to see how I go about testing. So this is it, guys. I'll show you exactly what I'm doing here. Let's resume this. Alright, we have 109 for the light attacks, I believe. Let's just test that again. 169 and 109. Okay, 169 and 109. So there we go. So we just need the medium parry, and then we'll be good to get out of here with X23. Try to push him back a bit. Alright, my parry game is off today, guys. Alright, that was 68. I believe that was his medium, but let's test it again here. Okay, that was definitely his medium. Okay, so we have 68. Alright, so that's the final number that we need here. Let's put that in. Okay, so this is without block proficiency. Let's go ahead and exit out of this match. We're going to jump in with a different character here. Let's go ahead and go to the 4-star Superior Iron Man. This is important. I'm using all 4-star champions. I just want to line this up as best we can with Winter Soldier here, him being a 4-star. All right, that was a medium. That was 57 damage on the parry. Let's go ahead and put that in. See if I can get another test just to confirm that that was a medium. Okay, yeah, 57. Okay, good. 178 and 114. 178 and 114. Those were the two numbers we saw for his light and medium attacks. So we just need the gunshots now. Luckily, this one is going a little bit faster. Let's push him to his L1. And here we go. Okay, 134. Let's put that number in. And now we can move on to Captain America. Good. That one went a lot quicker than X-23. I was hoping they wouldn't all take very long like that. Alright, so Captain America. I have class disadvantage. Captain America also has just a built-in, very strong defensive block proficiency baked into his character. The other thing about Captain America is he will always block for 0 on parries. Alright, gunshots. Okay, 130. Keep in mind with Captain America as well, we are going to see a lot of zeros. Captain America has a very high base perfect block proficiency, or not proficiency, just very high perfect block. All right, so yeah, that's parry. Let's get some light attacks in here. Okay, so it's 172 and 110, I believe. 172 and 110. I just want to see those numbers one more time. All right, 172 on the medium for sure. It's only doing mediums now. Come on, buddy. Hit me with the light attack. Not actually hit me. Oh, am I getting wrecked? Okay, so we're just going to end the testing there. It was 172 and 110, I believe, right? 172 and 110. And parry is always going to be 0. We could actually already figure that out. Is 0 as well. So that's what happens sometimes during testing, guys. That's why I don't always do this live. All right, let's get out of here though. We can go ahead and pick up that mastery now, and we'll see exactly what that gives us in terms of damage reduction. So again, the only thing that I'm changing about my masteries here, I'm just going to put all 4 points into block proficiency, and we'll see exactly what this reduces damage by. I believe that this is one of the best masteries to get on a budget, one of the most cost-effective masteries that there is. But again, I gotta actually test it before I can tell you guys that for sure. So alright, now we have 800 extra block proficiency, and let's see what we can do with this. Let's go back to Realm of Legends Winter Soldier here, and we'll just do this in the same order that we did before. So we'll go in with X-23 first. And let's see if we can get those 4 numbers as quick as possible here. Alright, I think that was a light parry, so I don't think that counts for our parry. Okay, that was a medium parry, so that was 44 damage there. Let's see what that difference is. Ooh, so that's actually a pretty big difference on the parry. 44 versus 68. Interesting. Let's go back to the game. Let's get some blocked hits here. So 93 on the light attacks and 145. 145 and 93. I'm seeing some big changes here, actually. That's decent for such a cheap mastery, so it seems like it's still pretty good. Let's get the gunshots, though. Let's finish up this testing before we really look at these numbers a bit more. Push him to his L1. Go ahead. There you go. And 110. 110 on the gunshots. Okay, so that's also a pretty decent change. All right, let's finish up the testing with all 3 characters, though. Let's go back to game. We'll exit out of here with X-23, and we'll move on to the next champion, which is Superior Iron Man. Alright, I think that was a light parry, so again, we can't count that one. We have to get a different parry. Okay, 34 damage on his medium parry. 34. Big difference on the parry damage, actually. I mean, it's a small number either way, but it's definitely something that you'll notice over time, going through like Alliance Quest or something like that. Alright, 55 on his medium. 55 and 100. Let's go ahead and throw these numbers in here. 100, and did I say 55? I meant 155. And now we can just get his gunshots. And that is 117. 117. Okay. Good. We've got those numbers down. Let's move on to Captain America. Superior Iron Man is always the fastest one to test, it seems. This is good. This is good news for the Block Proficiency Mastery, from what I can tell, though. Alright, so we don't need to see what his parry is. Again, that's always going to be 0 with Captain America. 157. 157 and 101. Okay. Let's push him to his L1. And 118. Now, again, I have to point out, we're seeing some higher numbers with Captain America, but if you pay attention to the amount of zeros that you see with Captain America now, it's pretty unreal. Actually, I'll show you. Let's compare these numbers in just a moment, but I will show you just exactly how many times you're going to see 0. Let's go and look at Captain America's info sheet here. Are you not going to let me look at it without reviving? Don't do that to me, kabam. There we go. So even without a signature ability, let's move past the signature ability, which is also pretty good, by the way. He has 40% chance that he will block all damage coming in. So we have to keep that in mind when we're looking at these numbers, alright? Alright, so let's go back to the spreadsheet now. We're done with the actual testing. And also keep in mind, Captain America does have the class disadvantage as well. But alright, so we can see here that the numbers are pretty decent. Now, this is one of the cheapest masteries that you can possibly get, and without doing the exact math of the percentage of damage that we're reducing with the mastery, I'm gonna go ahead and say that it's worth it. It seems like it's a little bit more than 10%. I don't want to embarrass myself and do the math, the exact math, while recording here. I should have really planned that out ahead of time. But all of these numbers here, it looks like we're reducing the damage by a little bit more than 10%, maybe about 11% or so. So we're going from 114 on the light attack to 100, and yeah, this is pretty good. This is good. So with Captain here, it looks like it's a little bit less than 10% actually, but that's likely because of the high diminishing returns, just because he has such a high block proficiency as is. But if you notice, interesting, he actually takes less damage blocking when you compare Superior Iron Man and Captain America without the block proficiency mastery. But once you add the block proficiency for Superior Iron Man, because he has a lower base, he actually starts to reduce damage a little bit more. Now, Captain America, I wanted to mention the Captain America perfect block thing, because a lot of people are going to see this and say, "Oh, Captain America, he's a dead champion. His block is garbage. Even Superior Iron Man is blocking for more." That's not the case, guys. He has class disadvantage, and 40% of all of his blocks are gonna result in zeros. So basically, take all of these numbers and reduce it by 40%, and that's what he's able to block, you know. And actually, I do have some Captain America footage that I've been meaning to share with you guys for a long time now. But in any case, I can absolutely recommend this mastery to be picked up. I think it should be picked up in almost any build, I want to say. Almost any build. So if you guys are looking for a mastery on a budget, and what I will include in a lot of my mastery setups, you can definitely count on block proficiency being that solid mastery for you. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully you enjoyed coming along for the ride in terms of testing. I know some of you rather just know the results, and that's kind of how I am myself, but some of you do like to see the testing, it seems. So I will be back tomorrow to talk more about the mastery setups that I use. Take care, guys.